I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is viewing the world through pictures. We are veritable picture galleries. From the moment we're born, we are creating images of the world, and we're also absorbing images of the world. And these impressions are essentially their memories tinged with emotions. And you can also add in images and beliefs and concepts to that. But primarily, we're viewing the world through our slides, our pictures. And when you view the world through your pictures, you're not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing the truth of what is out there. You're viewing the world through your slide. So it's a little bit like taking a transparency of your past, and that's the way that you're viewing things. And just imagine how your reality would change if you let go of the picture. Post-traumatic stress is essentially having these pictures come up. If you've had a really traumatic experience, you were in Afghanistan, you had a difficult childhood or whatever, we'll have more of these come up, or more noticeably, these will come up and affect our perception of reality. Those are the obvious ones. But we bring our unconscious pictures with us into our daily lives. And that is why life seems like an emotional roller coaster. It's like never-ending angst because we're like constantly feeling traumatized or taking things with a lot more charge than what's really going on. When you drop the picture and you see things clearly, usually it's like, oh, that's what's going on. It's a sense of relief. Or sometimes it's just feeling really neutral or matter of fact. There's no emotional charge to it. It's like, oh, that's why they're acting that way. Or curiosity. I'm wondering how that's going to unfold now. Let me pop some popcorn and watch the evening news. There are lots of ways to de-energize your pictures. You can ask clarifying questions, kind of like Byron Katie's work is very much about blowing that core picture, essentially is how I would call it, de-energizing that core picture. Is this true? How do you know it's true? How do you feel when you think this thought? Who would you be without this thought? And then you turn it around, which effectively de-energizes the way you were seeing it in the first place. Suddenly more possibilities come out of that. Another way is simply reframing, and that you can catch yourself. I'm reacting like this is a crisis. This is a crisis. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And then if you can just go, oh, okay, it's not a crisis. It's an event. Okay, this is an event. There are these things happening. But when you view it as an event rather than a crisis, you have more choices on how to respond. Our relationships get influenced by our pictures. We'll not be seeing the person in front of us. We'll be seeing, my sister. My sister is the bad kid in the family, and I'm the good kid in the family. And so you're obviously the bad person in this family. I'm sorry, I don't have any sisters, but I've had people who do that, who project that to me. And I have brothers and I have sons, so pretty much anybody who's male can come up with one of my slides of, oh, you're like that, oh, you're like that. And they're not like that at all. They're their own unique selves. When you can de-energize those very core pictures about the characters you grew up with, you can see people clearly, and actually you can see the characters you grew up with more clearly. It's like, oh, suddenly you can see the 65-year-old man there rather than that 10-year-old who was so mean to you. You're de-energizing your pictures so that you can be in the present moment, which then gives you more opportunities, more choices, frees you up to see the world differently and be in the world differently. Oh, a couple other ways of doing it are simply like tapping. If you know the EFT, the emotional freedom technique, that is actually a way of releasing pictures that you've actually absorbed physically. It helps de-energize those pictures. And that is an amazing tool for transformation. People actually have physiological changes when they do that. So they might have like an outbreak of herpes or something, and they have done tapping and it goes away. When you really break it down, our entire physical form is nothing but layered pictures. Kind of can think of us as being kind of like papier-mâché, layers and layers and layers of pictures. And as you de-energize those, you get clearer and clearer about your reality. You get clearer and clearer about yourself. And one last really fun way to de-energize pictures is to blow bubbles. Really effortless. You can just imagine as you're blowing the bubbles, pop, 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 pop. It's like you have a series of pictures, like you've got moving pictures. They just go pop, 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 pop. And you are clearing the way of all your unconscious pictures and seeing things more clearly. If you like these videos, you can subscribe to them on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I put out a weekly radio show and podcast talking about these things. I also write a weekly newsletter and blog post writing about these things. I hold meetups around the Puget Sound in Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, University Place, and other cities around the Puget Sound, holding conscious conversations about these things. And I also do monthly webinars, teaching about these things online for people who aren't local to the Seattle-Tacoma area. And if you want to know more about navigating your life as consciousness, using simple but very potent techniques for transforming your life, go to joan-newcomb.com and check out my online coaching programs. So go to joan-newcomb.com and I'll see you in another couple days with another Mystic Minute.